up, guys? I am just sitting by the river. I figured I'd come out here and talk to myself, get some honesty out on the table, vet some feelings. So here I am. Beginning this journey of filmmaking has been a real trip. I've already learned a ton, but I still have a lot of improving to do. It's really just a balance of realizing that I'm not at my maximum potential yet and giving myself grace for this beginning phase, and then also wanting a lot more and a lot better out of myself, you know, but it'll all come in time, I guess. The goal of a filmmaker should be to tell a story from start to finish. In this Lisbon trip, I kind of just sent it to the city with no plans. My only real plan was to figure out how Couchsurfing, the app, works and if it does work. And I found that it does, and I can use it like pretty easily. So that's good. I'd say my mistake was showing up with no plan whatsoever and no idea of what story I was gonna tell. I think for my next trip, I really need to have the traditional story, beginning, rising action, climax, resolution format, you know? Something like, okay, I'm going surfing in Balial. The beginning is me saying, hi, I'm going surfing in Balial. The second part, you know, the rising action is the trip there, fumbling around with a huge surfboard on a train or a bus. It'd be funny. And then you get there, record the clips of actually surfing. That's the climax. And then the falling action and the resolution is whatever happens after surfing and getting home, or finding a hotel or hostel or couch surfing or whatever. And that would be like a traditional story arch. It's really hard for me to like come up with a video idea for some reason. Written down, I have ask 20 locals where the best restaurant is and go to the most popular response. Vlogs are nice because I just record whatever I'm doing, but I do want to have like a intentional story to tell with my videos. I think I've said that a couple times. I don't really have any good notes here. Let's talk about why I decided to do YouTube. After living in a van for a whole year, I decided that you can't just have the goal to be a nomad or to live free on the land without an intention behind it. Like, I've met a lot of people where their thing is rock climbing and they want to become amazing rock climbers and have the opportunity to rock climb everywhere. That's awesome. So great. And do I love rock climbing? Yes. But is that the reason that I was setting out to live in a van? No. I was really just setting out to travel, and going from place to place to place with nothing to anchor you down or settle you in any place it feels very pointless. You know, after you've seen the 15th National Park, you've seen the ocean in 35 different spots, it's like, all right, the only thing that makes you want to stay in a place is the people or a job. Now, if your job is allowing you to go anywhere, then you just go where the people are, basically. Or yeah, you meet up with friends, you go where new friends are going. Would I ever have ended up in Rio Maior, Portugal if it wasn't for a friend? No way. So I want an occupation where I can interact with people and I'm not tied to a specific location. I don't know what brands I'll work with. I don't know what opportunities I'll have because I started this YouTube channel, but I know that it can't hurt me. The only way it could hurt me is if people saw what I was doing and didn't like it. And if anyone sees my YouTube videos and just doesn't like me for them, they're someone I don't want to work with. I've been a huge fan of the expression, your vibe attracts your tribe. The tribe that I want to be building is an inclusive, loving tribe. If anyone doesn't fit into that narrative of making friends, growing together, go out into the world, expressing yourself and having fun, being creative, if anyone doesn't align with those values, I don't want them. Creating this YouTube channel is a good way to gather people who have the same values as me and push away people that don't. You really have to ask yourself, what makes you happy? For me, I know that moving my body, going outside, going on runs, going on hikes, rock climbing, yoga, that kind of stuff makes me feel great. So a lifestyle that limits that will not be best for me. Connecting with people, sharing food, expressing love, those things also make me feel great. So any profession where it's looked down on, to use the words "I love you," wouldn't be great for me. Any competitive environment where my success is seen as your failure, or it's seen as we can't both succeed, one of us has to lose, that would not be a good environment for me. Any indoors job, really, a job where I have to be confined to a building, in my past experience, has not gone well. And I don't want to set myself up for failure. I know that if I go to a job where I won't be free to be myself, free to express myself, and I try to conform to whatever they want me to be, I won't do well. And I don't want to just jump into jobs where I know I'm going to fail. Whether it means the company identifies me as a failure and they fire me, or I disguise myself as the company's idea of successful and I'm a failure in my own heart. That's actually the worst case, is if you succeed at something you don't want to be doing so much that you keep doing it. I went to college to become an engineer, and I learned pretty quick that that wasn't actually what I want to do. So I switched over to finance. I always knew that I wanted to own my own business eventually. Having a business degree, I thought, would help me run whatever business I decide to start. I still don't know what business that is. Currently, it's the business of making YouTube videos and maybe selling merch, but I haven't sold any merch yet, so I'm working on the business. I spent 3 semesters studying engineering. My friends graduated 1 semester before me. A lot of them got big boy jobs. They're working in buildings behind desks, wearing ties and collared shirts. And for a while, I was super jealous. It looks like they were succeeding. So I thought, when I graduate, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a job. I'm gonna have a rent. I'm gonna pay bills. It looked so exciting. And then they kept expressing, you know, oh, I've never looked forward to a weekend more. Oh, I hate sitting at a desk. I'm always inside. And I was like, wow, why am I envious of that? I'm still free, you know? And then when I graduated, I was like, I want to just enjoy my freedom. So I made my van into a small RV and I took it all over the country. And I've met so many people that told me that they wish they did that when they were my age. My entire plan was to go send it for a year and then come back and do what all my friends were doing in an office building. But after meeting a ton of people who had done what my friends are doing in an office building and then quit those jobs to do what I'm currently doing, I realized that I was on the right path already. I didn't need to course correct. I didn't need to go back and fix any decisions that I've made. I think that a lot of the people that told me they never did what I did but wish they would have had a totally different life path had they had the experience of total freedom, of total nomadic lifestyle and freedom. You meet two types of people: the people with regrets and the people whose lives you're jealous of. And the people that expressed regrets to me, I really realized, like, I wasn't envious of their lives. They were maybe nice people and good people, and they were cool to be around for a moment, but they had to go back to their routines, to their commitments, to their obligations. And the people whose lives I was envious of created their reality. They did what they wanted to do. And that's so inspiring. And it made me realize, even if I don't know what I want to do right now, I know that doing something I don't want to do will never get me to a place where I'm doing what I do want to do, if that makes sense. And I realized that the only way to go about life was to say yes to the opportunities I do want and no to the opportunities I don't want. When I started out on the van adventure, I knew I wanted to be a raft guide more than anything. That was the job I wanted. So come summertime, I auditioned for one company. There was 20 people accepted onto a week-long interview trip, and 10 people got the job. Well, I was one of the people that didn't get the job. But the 10 people that did get the job were people that I didn't like, people that I didn't see myself working with. And so I'm very glad that I didn't get the job, even though it felt like the end of the world when I was rejected from that. It turned out to be a good thing. The second company I trained with was Raft Masters in Canyon City, Colorado. And they had a hazing culture, a very negative environment to work in. They were verbally abusive, and they basically treated you like a slave. And I was like, this is stupid. I'm a free human. If you guys don't respect my value and my, awesome energy, then I don't want to work here. So I left and I went to one of their competitors, Royal Gorge Rafting. I experienced two companies that I didn't like before I worked for the company that I did want to work for. The company culture was awesome. They embraced my individuality. I really got to be myself and run free, and the customers liked me better for it. The company got my best work because of it, and I met some amazing people that I wouldn't have met had I just stayed at Raft Masters, because I was afraid of the unknown, because I was afraid to leave and potentially not have a job. I quit Raft Masters and had a job, the job of my dreams, the same day. So embracing the unknown and just stepping out was really a huge positive change in my life. And it taught me that if you're ever in a situation that you don't like, change it. Don't just be someone else's verbal punching bag because they're paying you. Or don't ever do a job for the money, Do a job because it makes you happy and you feel fulfilled, and you're waking up every day stoked to go to work. And that's how it was at Royal Gorge Rafting. I was excited to help out. I was happy to be on the team, and they got my best work because of it. Well, I think that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please let me know what you like to see. Eventually, I'll kind of hone in on what I need to be creating more of. But right now, I'm just testing the waters and learning more about myself and about videography as I create. So this was another opportunity for me to learn and grow. So thank you for being a part of that. Goodbye.